Okay, now we are going to do questions 17 to 22. Important thing here is that when you do questions 17 to 22, this is called matching. In matching, questions and the passage, they are not in order. Okay, now you'll be thinking how to do that if questions and the passage, they are not in order. But the good news is list of people and the passage, they are in order. Now I want you to go back to the passage and look for Alfred Binet. Alfred Binet. Found it? Where is it? First paragraph, fourth line. Now do one thing. Encircle Alfred Binet and write there A. Capital A. Got it? Second, Carol Dweck. Carol Dweck. Okay, third paragraph, and you see Carol Dweck there and write B over there. Do you see Dweck anywhere else? Where? Second page, second paragraph, first line. Write there B as well. So if one name is repeated, it means there can be two questions which will go with one name. Okay, second page, second paragraph, first line, Dweck. Now, next is Andrew Gelman. Andrew Gelman. Where is it? Well done. First page, last paragraph, second line, statistician Andrew Gelman. Write there C. Underline or encircle Andrew Gelman and write there C. Okay. Next we have Timothy Bates. Well done. Second page, first paragraph, Timothy Bates. Encircle it and write there D. Timothy Bates. Finally, we've got David Jagar and Gregory Walton. Well done. Second page, third paragraph, third line, David Jagar and Gregory Walton. Now, what is it? These are the locations which you have to read and you will find the answer. Okay? Now your job is easier. Okay, now we start from the beginning. Alfred Binet. I'm reading first paragraph from fourth line. Psychologist Alfred Binet, the developer of first intelligence test, was one of the many 19th century scientists who held that earlier view and sought to quantify cognitive ability. Now, what was earlier view? Tell me, go back, read second line, same paragraph. The concept of intelligence as something innate has been supplanted by the idea that intelligence is not fixed. So intelligence is something innate, and he held that view. Okay, let's read on. Cognitive ability. Then in early 20th century, progressive thinkers, now they talk about John Dewey, but we will just talk about him. And there is no mention of John Dewey. Okay, so let's see now. Keep in mind, Alfred Binet held that earlier view and sought to qualify cognitive ability. Sought means tried. Now let's see. Please come back. Question number 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. Read them and tell me which question matches with that. Intelligence is not fixed. Intelligence as something innate. Intelligence is something innate. Question number 19. Well done. Intellectual ability is an unchangeable feature. Unchangeable feature means innate. Innate means by birth you have this thing. Innate. Unchangeable feature of each individual. So question number 19, right answer is A. And now you should cross number 19 from there so that you don't read it again. All right. Option B, Carol Dweck. Can you see Carol Dweck? Where is it? Third paragraph. Now we are going to read about Carol Dweck. Please follow me. The idea of growth mindset is based on the work of psychologist Carol Dweck in California in the 1990s. Okay, now they say in one key experiment, Dweck divided a group. Okay, listen up. What you have to do whenever there is matching, where you have to match the names with statements, you need to look for statements. Mostly statements are given in inverted commas. Sometimes they will be given without inverted commas and then they write Dweck says, Dweck contradicts, Dweck affirms, something like that, okay? Now, let's see, we are talking about Dweck, Carol Dweck, and we are looking for his statement. Okay, all were told that they have achievable and all that. Please come to this growth mindset is here. Okay, come to third last line. Yeah, third paragraph, third last line. This group had inferred that success or failure is due to innate ability, and this fixed mindset had led them to fear of failure and lack of effort. Now, next point is important. Praising ability actually made the students perform worse. Praising ability. What is praising? When you praise someone, you boost him up. So praising ability actually made the students perform worse, while praising effort. If you praise the ability, like students will perform worse. But if you praise their effort, that you really worked hard. If you say you are intelligent boy, you are praising an ability. If you say you worked hard, you are actually praising effort, emphasize that change was possible. So, go back to questions, go through them one by one. Well done. Question number 21. The growth mindset is not simply about boosting students' morale. Now, how to boost students' morale? By praising the student. Praising his, what is the word? Praising? Yeah. One is effort. Second, praising ability actually made the students perform worse, while praising effort emphasized that change was possible. Okay? So, question number 21, answer is B. Now please cross 21 as well, so that you have fewer options and then it will take lesser time to find the answers. Option C, what is that? Andrew Gelman. So where is Andrew Gelman? Okay, last paragraph, second line. I'm reading from there. The statistician Andrew Gelman claims that, and can you see inverted commas? So these inverted commas are important. Their research designs have enough degree of freedom. Now look here. Enough degree of freedom means the research is not restricted. Enough degree of freedom that they could take their data to support just about any theory at all. So focus, enough degree of freedom. Enough degree of freedom. Enough degree of freedom. Question number 17. Well done. Methodology behind the growth mindset studies was not strict enough. Not strict enough means enough degree of freedom. Well done. So question number 17, answer is C, and cross 17 also. Now what are we left with? 18, 20 and 22. Okay, who is the next one? Timothy Bates. Okay, now please come to second page, first paragraph. Professor of psychology Timothy Bates, who has been trying to replicate Dweck's work, is finding that the results are repeatedly null. He notes that, now inverted commas, please be careful. People with a growth mindset don't cope any better with failure. Kids with growth mindset aren't getting better grades, right? Either before or after our intervention study. Now children, they are not getting better grades, means the study has no impact on that. So they say kids with growth mindset aren't getting better grades either before or after our intervention study. Now come back. Well done. 22. Research shows that growth mindset has no effect on academic Achievement. What is the word for no effect? What is the word for no effect? Aren't getting better grades, right, either before or after our intervention. And what is the word for academic? Grades. Well done. Grades are academic. So question number 22, answer is D. Now cross 22 as well. What are we left with? 18 and 20. Okay. Now let's go on. Can you see Dweck again? Second page, second paragraph, and we've got Dweck. So it means now we need to read about Dweck. Much of this criticism is not lost on Dweck, and she deserves great credit for responding to it and adapting her work accordingly. In fact, she argues that her work has been misunderstood. Misunderstood means misinterpreted, misunderstood and misapplied in a range of ways. Yeah, and she has also expressed concerns that her theories are being misappropriated in school. Misunderstood, misappropriated, misapplied. 18. Idea of the growth mindset has been incorrectly interpreted. Got it? Misunderstood, misapplied. That means incorrectly interpreted. So 18 answer is B. What are we left with? E and 20. So you don't have to worry about that, okay? One question, one option. By the way, let's just read it. Option E, David Jaeger and Gregory Walton. Where is it? Third paragraph in the middle. Please follow me. Third paragraph, second page, third line. David Jaeger and Gregory Walton claim that interventions should be delivered in a subtle way to maximize their effectiveness. They say, now they means David Jaeger and Gregory Walton. They say that if adolescents perceive a teacher's intervention as conveying that they are in need of help, this could undo its intended effects. Now they say means this is their statement. Now read this statement again. They say that if adolescents perceive a teacher's intervention as conveying that they are in need of help, this could undo its intended effects. So question number 20. Growth mindset should be promoted without students being aware of it. Now, if they say if students will perceive means see. If students can see it, then there will be no effect. So if students cannot see it, then there will be the effect. Read question again. Growth mindset should be promoted without students being aware of it. Let's go back to the passage. We read this again. They say that if adolescents perceive means if they know, if they see, and then they say this could undo its effect, means there will be no effect. So for effect, students should not know about that. Question number 20, answer is E. And we are done with that. So on your answer sheet, you will write like 17C, 18B, 19A, 20E, 21B, and 22D. And don't write them before or after. Your answers will be absolutely wrong.